A text says, "You're on my mind." A bouquet from 1-800-Flowers says, "You're my everything." Heartfelt moments belong in the real world, not just your phone. For 50 years, 1-800-Flowers has helped millions of people make memories that'll last a lifetime with gifts they'll cherish forever. Their expertly curated arrangements and gift baskets ship nationwide with a 100% satisfaction guarantee. Don't wait for the next big moment. Make it when you visit 1-800-Flowers.com/podcast. That's 1-800-Flowers.com/podcast.
Hi, and welcome to a new podcast here at Explore North. I'm your host, Jon Amtrup. Before we get into this very exciting episode, I want to tell you about a new sailing course that I'm holding. We are going to start from Fredrikstad, way south in Oslo, and sail all the way across the Arctic Circle up to Bodø. That's 850 nautical miles. And then some, and it stretches over 12 days. So this is a fantastic opportunity to see the beautiful Norwegian coast, almost all of it actually, and learn sailing. We're going to sail offshore, inshore, nighttime sailing. We're going to anchor in the most beautiful remote places and islands, and hopefully we get the time to do some mountain walking, which is one of the big reasons I sail the Norwegian coast. So check out explorenorth.no and give me a shout if you want to join. At the moment I still have 2 places available. Back to the podcast. This time we're talking to 4 women aboard Selkie Explorer. That's a boat that sailed from Scotland, the Isle of Eigg, with Celia Bull as the skipper, and she brought 3 friends, and they've been exploring the Norwegian coast in the wintertime. And I just had to check out how they felt about it, what they had experienced, and if they wanted to come back. So listen to this episode, be inspired. Maybe you can do some more sailing in the wintertime yourself. But until then, listen to this. Hi.
Hi, John.
Hi. Hi, girls. You have to introduce yourselves.
Okay, so I'm Celia, and this is my boat Selkie that we're on, and these are my friends who we're all on a journey together. We've been together for the last 2 months. This is Christina.
Hi, I'm Christina, and I'm from Chile, South America.
Right.
This is Kate.
Hey, I'm Kate, and I usually live in New York City in the USA.
And this is Anne.
Hi, I'm Anne, and I'm from the north of England.
Cool. And why did you decide to come to Norway in the wintertime?
So I usually am working with the boat in summer on the west coast of Scotland. So winter is my only time. And my son has just gone to university, so I am now no longer a mother of the child, or not a child, but somebody needing attention. So I'm free. So yeah. So I just decided that Norway was close to Scotland. It's a place I've not been before, so I was dead excited to come and explore to the possibilities. And these are my friends who very brilliantly said they were going to come too.
Cool. When did you cross over? I guess you did it from Shetland, right? From Lervik?
No, we came from Kirkwall, and we came over on. We left on the 12th of February, and we arrived on Valentine's Day. So, which is very cool. Yeah, we arrived at Tananga.
Right.
Just as the sun was rising. Perfectly timed by Celia.
As we limped.
Yeah, you limped in. Because I crossed over in January, end of January, and the beginning of February, and the weather windows were quite narrow.
Small.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Very small.
Yeah.
How was your trip?
We had a perfect trip. We had a weather window that was exactly 2 days. And it was just, or a day and a half, wasn't it? Yeah, it was a day and a half we took. So absolutely perfect. We had wind just behind the beam, sort of between 15, 22 knots, starry skies. Amazing. It was perfect.
Able to sail pretty much all of it, apart from just that sort of about 3-4 o'clock in the morning. We motored for about an hour on both nights, just when it all was just feeling a little bit kind of a bit exhausting. So yeah, just a little bit of motoring, but being able to sail by starlight and yeah, it was amazing.
Cool. Did you have moonlight? Was the moon up?
No, very little moon. There was a little bit of moon. We did see a tiny, but stars are the main thing.
I was lucky to get the sunrise with the moon on one side and the sun on the other.
These guys haven't sailed before, so it was a really amazing thing for them. It was a really brave, courageous thing, and setting off, going, right, okay, it's nighttime, and you're steering, and they did. They just did it amazingly, and kind of out there on their own, sailing by the stars. Yeah, it was really awesome. So
in twos, so there was sort of two of us who didn't know what we were doing together, not absolutely on our
own. So why did you decide to do this as your first sailing experience? The North Sea in the wintertime isn't the happiest place.
Well, I'll start. I've done a tiny little bit with Celia. The last couple of summers, we've done a little bit on Selkie, and we talked about this a year and a half ago. And I love mountains in winter, love the sea, love what's happened, with the bits of sailing I've done with Selkie, and it just sounded like an absolutely awesome adventure. And Celia can't do it in the summer, and I've got loads of thermal underwear.
Nice. Yeah,
Christina.
I'm the one that has the zero sailing experience, and it was an invitation that was quite irresistible, even though I have to confess that I had apprehensions about it, but once we got started, those all disappeared, and the camaraderie of everything and learning, it's an adventure, an expedition, quite hard to say no to. It's like, why not?
Very adventurous of you. Very cool. And was Tananger your first choice of port? You were destined to go there. Yep.
I'm trying to think. No, originally we were thinking of going up to Shetland, being in Shetland for Heliar, and then going across to Bergen. I think that was or Floro. That was our initial plan. But then there were a few things that happened, like there were some personal reasons, and we had to sort of do other stuff, and we were delayed by.
And then the weather window closed, didn't it? There was a couple of weeks of actually waiting for enough time to be able to cross safely.
Yeah, and so instead of going up to Shetland, we're like, we'll just go straight across. When we get a weather window, we'll go, and that was the window. So we did that, and I'm so glad we did, because that area, and it's just mind-blowing, just so beautiful. And because it's winter, there's been nobody. We've had the place to ourselves. We've had all these fantastic, like Pulpit Rock and Lysefjord.
Yep.
We were able to stay on the pontoon right at the bottom of it, because there's no ferry, there's no tourists, they're just this amazing place. And so we probably have a very different view of what people have when they come in summer, and I would imagine there's a gazillion boats here, and because everybody's got their own jetty, everybody has a boat here, everybody. yeah, but it's just been an incredibly special time, and we got all that area, and
people are interested and welcoming, and ready with information if we want it, with gifts, it's phenomenal.
Yeah, absolutely loved it. Absolutely loved it. A few cold moments, a few.
Yeah, bit nippy, but yeah.
Is that because what you're describing is the same I experience every time I get to Shetland? That people are much more friendlier, much more inviting. But is that what do you call it? Cultural thing that when foreigners come to another country, they usually experience it as more welcoming. You think?
I think it's also winter, isn't it?
Yeah. Fewer visitors. People, it's clear that we're sort of there on purpose. Haven't just happened upon there. I mean, certainly with Shetland, the further north you get in Britain, the friendlier people seem to be.
Yeah. That's the same in Norway.
Something I think that we shouldn't discount is we are a 4-woman crew, and that's not exactly common, as far as I know. And we've had an opportunity to have a variety of ways of being places. So in an Anchorage, very remote, for example, but also spending just a few days in a town like here. We're in Flora for the second time in Mala. And everyone was very welcoming, has been said. But something for me that I'm interested in, that I've been kind of amazed and was talking with everyone about, was, I'm an artist. I'm interested in like the visual forms that show that, the culture that is local is connected to nature. Sailing is very much that. But when I mention this stuff, like, people open up. They have a lot of pride and information in, the forms of craft and art and things. And there's so much here. We are spending time talking to people and getting to know people a bit. And I don't think, as Anne was saying, I feel like it's very clear. We're very intentional about it. And we're learning about every place that we go as we go there. But I don't think also we should discount that we're a 4-woman crew, and that too is unusual.
Yeah.
Just saying.
No, I see that point. And quite a spectacular boat.
Oh, yes. Yes. Selkie comes into a place and it's like, woo! Sorry, but it is. Yeah. Maybe more to that point. Sorry.
No.
She's
it
so
always helps.
She's pretty.
Yeah.
She's pretty. Oh boy.
Yeah. She's a great babe.
Yeah. Can you talk us through the boat, Celia? What kind of boat is it?
She's a one-off design by French designer Guy Ribaudot-Dumas, and it was all around the time that a boat called Antarctique was designed, which is now Tara, and there was just a very, very few number of people, mainly French, sailing down in Antarctica. This is in the 80s, and basically all these people got together and talked about what would be a perfect boat. Tara was like the 100-foot version, and this was the 50-foot version. So it's the 80s idea of the perfect boat for the French. So she's a French boat. She's got a lifting keel. She's got twin rudders. She's very beamy. You can see out. So you've got this like amazing sort of 360 view. Because my first boat was a flush deck. Couldn't see a thing unless you were sort of freezing on deck. And I went to like South Georgia and spent 3 days in a gale and didn't see anything. Could have been anywhere. Read Harry Potter, that was kind of, I didn't know I was in South Georgia. Whereas this boat, here we are in Flora. I can tell you what they're doing in the bar over there. I mean, absolutely. I mean, maybe it's a little bit too public, eh? I mean, they could feel weirder.
Well, whilst looking at the snow coming in, sort of from the north on the other side as well. Yeah, it's brilliant.
So she's very comfortable. So yes, it's winter, but she's spacey. There's just 4 of us. You know, the galley's huge. The table's huge. The only bunk space that's small is Kate's, but
I love
that's but we've got space to spread out. It's really warm, a little bit too warm. I'm feeling a little bit warm at the moment. Yeah, so she's a comfortable boat. So all the sort of the harsh difficulties maybe that other people experience, there's not that sensation of, oh, it's winter and it's dark and we're inside, because even when we're inside, it's light and we kind of feel like we're connected with the outside, and we can watch the eagles. My God, there's so many eagles in this country.
Yeah.
You know, we can watch everything that's going on. We can be warm. We can drink an awful lot of tea.
Yeah.
Rather a lot of chocolate. Yeah, so that's the beauty of this boat. She's really good for sailing. I mean, she's a boat that I feel comfortable. Comfortable is probably the wrong word. Confident that the boat is going to survive more than I'm going to survive. You know, she's top of the range, kind of from that point of view. She's proved herself, but she's comfortable. Yeah, she lends herself to.
We think she's very pleased to be here as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think she's really good.
Cool. Talking about boats, I ran across your old boat in Ísafjörður this summer in Iceland.
Ada?
Yeah, Ada.
Oh.
Yeah.
Cool. Was Isabel with her?
Yeah. Isabel was with her, and there were a bunch of people. Yeah.
Excellent.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you've been to both ends of the world, or have you been up north?
I joined a boat. I flew up to Nuuk and joined a boat there at the very beginning of sailing. And went up from Nuuk to Disco Island. I had a bop on Disco Island. Just want to say that, girls. And then sailed back. What?
What's a bop?
A bop, you know, a dance.
Oh, cool.
Anyway, and that is actually what turned my head. That was like, oh my God, the sailing, not the dance. Sorry about that. I very luckily got to crew on Jerome Ponce's boat out of the Falklands, and cool. Just went, oh my God, this is amazing. I want to do this. And he helped me. I sold my house like that, and he said he'd help me buy a boat. We found a boat in one weekend, amazing, and I left a month later. So I left the Falklands in April '99, and I was back sailing in my own boat in June '99, like 2 months later. And that was Ada. Yes, we found Ada. She wasn't called Ada, but
yeah.
So, but yeah, that's but not with this boat. This boat, she's
and this is what you do for a living.
I do charters, but this isn't a charter.
No.
So I do charters on the West Coast, and we're due back in Shetland for a charter at the beginning of April. So yes, I do like sort of week to 2 week long charters. I do yoga sales, so I'm a yoga teacher, and I'm really trying to do more of that. So it's all more about connection and balance and stuff. So yeah, but that's my day job, which is in summer, and I have a son who is in Edinburgh studying, so sort of having that connection with him, though he did fly out to Norway for 4 days. Yes, he had a brilliant time. So yeah, he's very excited that we're here.
Cool. Yeah. Cool. Before we go back to Norway, because I'm going to sail in the Hebrides this summer.
Oh, brilliant!
I hope, because I'm going from Dublin to Bergen on a Swan 48, so I have to see something. Can you recommend?
Well, Isle of Egg. Yeah.
Isle of Egg.
Isle of Egg.
You have an island
Home,
there.
yeah.
Yeah, I do. That's where I live. So the small isles are really beautiful.
Yep.
So the Isle of Egg is where I'm based. It's not the best of anchorages, but you know, you'll see all that. But Rum and Canna, which are the other small isles, they're really beautiful. They're populated. So I mean, very small populations, but you get the culture of the Hebrides there. St Kilda's, which is the very beautiful. It's very crowded though. There's like an awful lot of tourists. It is fantastic. It really is worth going. But there's also the Shants, which is spelt like Shiants, which is between the Isle of Harris. It's off the top of Skye, and that again, that's really beautiful. And then Mingulay, all the southern islands of the Outer Hebrides. But you know, it's all amazing.
Yeah.
It's all beautiful. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I always wanted to go there, so I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah.
And the name of your boat, Selkie, because I'm reading a Swedish book now that is a little bit about the Orkneys, and it says something about Selkie, the Selkie people.
Yeah.
Yeah, can you explain?
Yes. So Selkie is a mythological creature that's half seal, half human. And it said that they come ashore and they take their skin and they are human, and then they put their skin back on and go back to the sea. It's a really beautiful myth about people, these amazing creatures. And I just thought it was really apt for me and my son, because we were living on the boat, not really sure where we were going to be, where we were going to make our home. So she just is a Selkie. She's
Sleek.
Yeah, she's beautiful. And yeah, she's grey. She's not grey at all.
Yeah.
So it was just a beautiful name, and too often like the names of boats can be so awful. So this is a lovely name.
It is. Okay, back to Norway. What was your favorite port or anchorage, if you all get to decide?
Yeah, but Viking.
I think Viking
Vaga.
Vikingvågen, yeah. Okay.
Vikingvågen.
Okay. Yeah, we had the full moon. We were swimming.
Yeah, when we got in there, the sky was really cold. It was our coldest day so far, but the sun was shining down. There was perfect blue sky.
The snow was to the shore.
Snow was to the shore. Absolutely remote, nobody there. So we all went for a swim off the back of the boat, and not ever so long because it was quite chilly. But yeah, we warmed up by the end of that, and then the moon came up and the light. It was absolutely impeccable.
Yeah,
the Northern Lights were quite special.
Yeah, that was really special.
Yeah, that was quite amazing to.
Yeah, because
see those.
Yeah, you got to experience the Northern Light, but it's not usually so far south. But we had a batch, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's been amazing. They saw the Northern Lights in like Wales. I mean,
How
was like,
special?
oh yeah, we saw them too. They had snow there too, but and that there have been so many beautiful places. I think it was just that particular place for us with the full moon, and just it was our place.
Yeah.
I mean, let's just say it. We went skinny dipping on
the
day of the full moon. You know, I mean, something that I just like to offer too is just that it's hard to say a favorite, because also we've been meeting people that have been so warm and generous in welcoming us and just sharing information about their lives and you know as well. So it's hard to pick a favorite for sure. It's just such a range.
Yeah, from sort of the initial arriving at Tananga, and then it being us not knowing what to expect, but then it was really obvious, and again welcoming and brilliant facilities, and just like, whew, we can do this. This is great. Look what else there is, and the
spectacularness of the fields, and every kind of mile we go, as far north as we went, just kind of around the corner, and there's another 1,000-meter cliff kind of towering above you, and another eagle swooping across. And I was like, am I going to get iced in? Am I going to get snowed in? Oh, it just, all of it, from the remote small low islands to the massive, great big narrow heaving fields, just all been brilliant. So we're going to be back, of course.
Of course you are. You met a fellow friend of ours now, I guess, in Gjellestad.
Rune.
Rune. Yes.
Yeah. He came, jumped onto the boat.
Yep.
Didn't knock first, and we were like, whoa,
because we couldn't see out. It was dark outside, and it was like, who's on the boat?
To be fair, we had already met him.
Yeah.
To be fair to Runya, we had already met him. So he'd come and had been very helpful. He was out with his daughter and her friends, and spoke with Celia for a while, and then later,
came and gave us loads of information.
Were quite energetic in the response of someone coming onto the boat. Yeah.
But then the next day, we woke up to find a surprise. He left us a bag with some frozen fish, and that night we had our first Norwegian cod dinner on board, and
incredible.
it was incredible, amazing.
Yeah, he was great. He's great. He's been a top guy. So
he's perfect. I've always tried to stop at Gjellestad, and he's always there.
Told us that you've just brought out a book about. Is this you who brought out a book about all the most amazing little anchorages that we won't understand because it's in Norwegian?
It's called Norske kystperler. Yes, it is. But it's not a new one, but it keeps selling out, so I have to order new ones. So probably that was his meaning. But it is on Amazon on Kindle, if you want.
Okay. And what's your favorite anchorage?
Kvitsøy.
How would you spell that?
It's just west of Stavanger. It's a little island group. It's when you left Tananger, either you went on the inside of the island group with a lot of radio masts on it. Did you go the inside track up to Haugesund?
So yes, right.
Just rings a bell. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, we've got it. Yep.
That's
your favorite place.
Beautiful anchorage. You can go into the guest harbor, which isn't that big, but I tend to anchor off on the south end of the island group. A lot of small islands. It's really nice.
Wow.
I recommend it. I don't know how far down you're going before you're crossing, but
probably not very far. We're just gonna explore a little bit more around this area and just keep our eye on a good window for going back to Shetland, and just be kind of chill and enjoy where we are. It's beautiful around here. There's the geopark. The geology of the place is
and close to where you are, there's a place called Batalden.
How do you spell that?
Batalden, Batalden. Yeah, something like that. It's northwest. It's not far from where you are. That's a really nice anchorage.
Cool.
That? Yep. So but there's a lot of nice anchorages where you are now around Florida.
That's what we haven't got any expectations. So everywhere we've been has been wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's beautiful.
Did you bring your skis?
Yes. They're enjoying being hung up in the forecastle.
Yeah, they're having a really nice little holiday.
Fair enough. I've been following you on Instagram. It's really good posts, by the way.
Thank you.
Because you turned around in Måløy and you had you wrote something that you had a different view on Måløy when you left. Can you talk a little bit about that? Because when I come to Måløy, it's almost only because I have to do some shopping or the weather is bad around Stott because I'm going north.
Yeah.
And the chandlery is good, but the rest of the town is pretty boring.
Shout out to Inga and the chandlery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out
That's
to
really
John
good
and
chandlery.
Maria. Yeah. So we went there because it's a anchorage before start, but I mean the museum, the War Museum, the Malloy Raid Museum.
We didn't know what to expect, as with everything, and it was the harbour master and John who, we turned up and the facilities were closed, even though we still, paid the same, but it was shut. And so Inga from the chandlery really kind of stepped up and she talked with John on the phone, and the next morning at 8:00, they'd sort of come to say, come to the harbour master's office and there's a shower and there's coffee. And so they kind of looked after us and talked through loads of stuff, opened up the little fishing museum, that kind of octagonal glass dome thing, for us to have a look round, said we needed to go to the War Museum.
And they told us what life was like there, and they were all from there, and how the history is. It's like they live that history. It's kind of like their everyday, and the architecture's not pretty. It's the sort of rebuild after the war, not any thought really put into it. But then you've got the murals, the paintings on that have been done around the town, and there's a lot of love and a whole lot of pride in that town. So no, it's not beautiful. I mean, it's in a beautiful setting, but it's not your quaint town as such. That's like Floro has got really beautiful buildings, etc.
And we didn't know the link, the how close the link was between there and and Shetland and the whole World War II, and that was that just took us through the ringer. Really, we had to go for a beer afterwards, a couple of us, but just really emotionally drained, but so important. Didn't know, and so
and because it's winter.
Yeah.
And that's when the raid happened. You get an idea of how hard the life is.
And we kind of arrived like sort of, they would have arrived, well, not in the planes, but the sort of the big ships coming in took the same route, and
that was an like a profoundly moving idea that our boat came up through that same way, and we spent the morning walking around. There's a Mala, and then you walk into like the smaller kind of island attached to it or something,
just near the big bridge, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, and so we'd been walking around that in the day, having a look around. I find it beautiful, Mala actually. Spending time on Selkie, looking at the lights of the town as the light is leaving the day or coming into it. But the museum was opened just for us by Olaf, who's on the board there, because it's such a meaningful and impactfully felt part of like the blood of that place. And so, I didn't know that history, and we were all very moved and spent a lot of time there. And, just thinking about, as Celia said, the weather and the hardship and the impact, really. So, for sure.
Fantastic.
There's so many amazing museums here that we've been able to go to, by the way. We just came from one.
Yeah, the Coastal Museum here with all the boats. Jeez. Yeah.
Mhm.
Right.
Really.
Oh, and that there's a International Elvis Impersonator Festival at Mala as well. Have you been?
There's always an Elvis impersonator.
It's amazing.
Somewhere.
It's
Yeah.
To
That's
me,
cool.
that's like the power of one person.
Yeah. Power of Elvis. Yep. Have you been to the bar? Speaking of bar, you were speaking of that. You were saying that you can look right into the bar, where you are now.
Oh, we went to the bar on the first night.
When we first arrived, we kind of got in.
The round one, the hexagon-shaped one.
What?
Just here.
Yeah.
No hexagon shape.
Oh, it's square or something like that.
Yeah, square. Yes, rectangle. Yeah.
I think it's the closest one that isn't the hotel.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
And that was we got here. It had been quite a long day to get here, and sort of arrived in, and that was decided that what we needed was
a pint.
A pint.
Yeah.
And that was lovely.
That's good. Any more highlights from the trip?
Yes, I have one that we need to mention. There's actually a book launch tonight for a book that Celia is a contributor to. That I think it would be important to note.
Yeah.
The book called Wilder Journeys. It's got not much to do with Norway, apart from it's about connection to nature, and it's many people from many different adventurous backgrounds and their connection with nature and what it's meant to them. So it's a really looks like a really beautiful book. I'm really excited to read it when I finally get my hands on a copy. But I've got to get home first. But
what's the name of it?
Wilder Journeys.
Okay.
So, and my company is Selkie Explorers, and the Instagram is Sail Selkie Explorers.
Yeah.
More about Norway.
When we were at the island after Tananga, was it Rossøy?
Rossøy.
Rossøy, and that was quite phenomenal, and that was us getting used to your wooden jetties, and we thought we'd seen the Northern Lights because it was a little bit cloudy, and then there was this massive pink light that properly lit up all the sky and reflected off the water, and there was green light, it was orangey, it was really quite spectacular, but it turns out it's greenhouses.
But that doesn't matter because we spent the night thinking that we were watching the Northern Lights. It made us happy.
Yeah, we were very happy.
It was a beautiful show. And again, just how beautifully it was all set up there. Again, we had a swim there. There was a barn that we could have a little bit of a fire in a fire pit and toasted marshmallow.
Cool sheep.
Beautiful sheep. Because 2 of the 4 of us have got sheep, and so there's quite a sheep following here. And so just absolutely beautiful. So the swims have been great. Bekkjarvik, being able to find diesel there, because that was becoming a little bit, not a concern, but we're starting to need to begin thinking about filling Selkie up again. And because it's winter, so many places are closed. But then we found where we'd been told to go. But over the winter, they've extended kind of the pier. They've extended the platform, and where the diesel pump is, the hose no longer reached the side of the water. It was about 10 meters too short. So that was very friendly people. And again, people just are interested. And so we Googled, and a man that was a workman, nothing to do with Stan the workman. He phoned them, made phone calls and had chats, and But we ended up not going where he said, and went to Bekkjarvik, and that was brilliant as well.
Yeah.
Easy.
Was the hotel open? The Gjestgiveriet?
Yeah, but we didn't go in there.
No. Because they have I think they have a Michelin chef.
I think so.
There.
We've got them.
Okay. So you don't need it.
It's pretty amazing.
Okay.
Yeah, more on that later.
Yeah.
We thought we'd be getting home really fit after this trip, but I don't think any of us is going home any thinner than we came.
I think definitely the Norway figure has arrived. But I think what's been so important for all of us is that it's been a first in many respects. For Christina, it's been a first to be sailing. For me, it's a first to be after being a mother for 18 years. For Kate, it's a first on many levels. Sort of life-changing and as an artist and what she's been doing. And for Anne,
absolutely,
life-changing again. So we're all in this particular moment. So it's just been a very precious, and to explore and discover ourselves within this landscape. Yeah, it's been really, really special.
Fantastic. Yeah. Are you coming back?
Hilarious.
Demonstrated, but lots of hilarity on board as well.
When are we coming back?
When are we coming back? Are we coming back?
Yes.
Next winter.
Of course.
Next winter.
We've got to continue. We've got
Yeah.
This is Voyage 1. SWV.
Yeah.
1.
Yeah.
No way.
The adventure continues. So
cool. Fantastic.
Yeah. Got to go home and earn some money.
I guess you're looking at the weather windows for your return. How does it look?
I've really only just started looking, and there looks like there's going to be windows. It's not looking as awful as January and February were, which were, I mean, it was amazing. We even made it to Kirkwall from Egg. It was like just dashing between moments of just gales everywhere. It doesn't feel like that anymore. It feels like there are possibilities. So I'm just going to try and choose what's most comfortable and safest for all of us, so that we have hopefully a really lovely, safe journey back that we can enjoy with nothing breaking, nothing going wrong, that it's special.
It's a wooden table that we're all touching.
Yeah. I mean, we have to be back for the charter, which is at the beginning of April. So, and Christina's got a flight and a boyfriend waiting for her, so we've got to be back for that. And
we don't need to talk about it.
We don't need to talk about that. So we've got some restrictions, but that's why we're very chilled out about taking the time.
Yeah, no, it's great. I took a term's unpaid leave from work as a school leader, and was allowed a term off. So I also need a little bit of time after getting back to pull my presentation and everything together that I'm going to need to go and do 10 different school assemblies on. So yeah, that's some work to do.
Back to life. Yeah. And since you mentioned the food, the food you're eating, the fantastic food.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit more about it?
Well, I can speak to it because I don't make most of it. So we provisioned quite a lot in advance of the trip. Christina, maybe you want to talk to it too, because these, and so one of the things that I love about Selkie is all the bilges and all the like hidden places, and those are stocked with amazing ingredients. And between these people, I make grilled cheeses and like breakfast burritos and quesadillas, but
Which are delicious.
You know, fried foods. But these people, like, shall I say?
Oh yeah, sure.
Oh, so we're gonna make a recipe book, a Selkie recipe book. So this is, you're the first to know.
This is breaking news.
because actually, like, it's like something that these two that they do just naturally, but cooking with different kinds of hardware and what's good to do on a boat to prevent condensation, save energy, be healthy. Save money, you know, be in remote places, doing all of this. It's just phenomenal and complete.
Yeah, no junk food on this journey.
No junk food.
Good.
Except chocolate, which can be hidden in any bilges, and there's a commando operation that goes on every night by me, and I find it. But the rest is all healthy food.
Yeah.
So yeah, we make fresh bread kind of every other day, so that's great. Pies are a little bit of a feature. So we're saying healthy as in it's all fresh, but we do have to have salads every now and then as well, just to keep the balance. Yeah.
Curries, they both make amazing curries. Very
amazing.
Nice.
Yeah,
beautiful food.
Yeah, pressure cooker is really, really useful.
Oh
yeah, but sorry.
Oh no, but that saves the planet. Pressure cookers save the planet.
Yeah.
There it is. You heard it.
I'm gonna buy that book.
Cool.
Yeah.
And it'll probably be illustrated with ingredients, inks made with the ingredients from the pieces, so the food. So we'll go from there.
Yeah.
Maybe scrap a sniff book.
Yeah. Well.
Oh, so many possibilities, right?
What's our favorite chocolate?
Oh,
Lover. Yeah, the 4 Clover brand of chocolate.
You have your own brand of chocolate? No.
No, but we should be sponsored by Ferkliver.
Are we pronouncing it correctly?
How are we pronouncing it, John?
Yeah. But that's the good thing about sailing in the winter. You almost can eat as much as you like. Because
we're having a go.
Yeah, good. Because it's
Not
so
sure what that
cold,
logic.
you're burning calories all the time. But you're sitting inside sailing, so it doesn't count for you.
No, we sit outside when we sail.
The helm is outside, and we don't want to miss any sight, so the 4 of us are outside when we sail.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. No. I usually tell myself that anyway when I'm sailing in the wintertime. I can eat as much as I like.
We're on the same team.
Excellent.
Yeah, cool. Anything else you'd like to mention, talk about? We're getting to the end of this very nice conversation.
So your boat. Tell us about your boat.
Okay. Yeah, it's my home. It's aluminium built 45 feet boat built in Denmark on Valsted's yard. They're famous for building 12 meters, classic sailing boats, 8 meters. Yeah, they're famous for the woodwork. So this is a one-off too.
Okay.
Yeah, it is. So the woodwork down below is really nice, and it's designed by a racing designer, a Danish guy, so it sails really well. And I can also sail from the inside. I don't have to wear my fowlies. I sailed to Bear Island 2 years ago, and I don't think I had the fowlies on one single day for 3,000 nautical miles.
Wow. Oh, okay.
But it was a lot of good weather. But yeah, and we're going to Bear Island this year too.
Where is Bear Island?
It's on the way to Svalbard. It's 2 days from Tromsø, further north, and from Bear Island, it's 1 day to Svalbard.
And are there bears on Bear Island?
No, they're dead.
Oh.
No, it used to be. It was called that because the guy who discovered the island, the first thing he saw was bears. But it's more famous for walruses, actually. There's old whale cookeries on the island. Yeah.
Well, Anne's just found it on the phone, and it's pretty remote.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's quite northerly, isn't it?
It is. It's pretty remote. It's a weather station there, a Met station with 9 people working 6 months and then going home. And then
Right.
a new crew arrives. So we were able to stay there for 4 days at an anchorage, which was kind of unique because it's pretty windy usually.
Yeah. It looks pretty exposed, and
yeah, it is.
no kind of all weather anchorage.
Yeah, but it is anchorages all around the island, but none of them are really good. But if the weather is decent, I went there last summer. But then we just spent one night and visited the Met station. Real nice.
And who do you go sailing with?
I last year I skippered that Swan 48, which is part of the 59 North gang. It's a company, Swedish company that sails offshore passages.
Oh, okay. All right.
And the Shell. No, yes, they have a podcast too called On the Wind. You should listen to it. It's really good. Yep.
Oh, okay. On the Wind. Right.
On the Wind, yeah. So I sailed from Shetland to Tromsø to Svalbard to Iceland in 4 stretches, and I'm gonna do some of that this year too. But I'm going more south to Le Sable d'Olonne, yeah. But also to Bear Island. I'm really looking forward to getting to Bear Island again. And that's for a non-profit which I'm co-founded called Gate to the Arctic, where we are trying to educate young people about how fragile the Arctic is when it comes to plastic, pollution, oil, deep sea mining, everything like that.
Yeah.
So the trip to Bear Island, we're gonna collect plastic, beach cleaning, and take samples for scientists, and we're also gonna bring a scientist. And
because that was really cool when we met Runa. He was telling us about the organisation that he works with, and so the island that I live on, the Isle of Egg, they've just hosted a big conference, which is like a Scottish-wide conference to sort of what can be done for like coastal communities and on islands, etc., where obviously it's really complicated. So it was really amazing to meet Runa on the boat that is used to go and pick up rubbish. And so to have made that connection, and that's something that I'm going to be going back to Egg and talking with those people. Cool. And then we've got a connection as well, in that we've got a friend who is working for a company where they're setting up. It's a chemical engineering company, so it's a chemical process which will take marine plastic and be able to bring it through chemical processes to the raw material to plastic again. So it basically, and this process is a first, and she's making up the plant. So she was involved in this conference as well. So it was but there's that problem of like, okay, you've now got a solution, but how do you kind of like get all the plastic that is ending up on these remote communities on the beaches? How do you get that? Because it's very difficult. So very, very fantastic to have met Runa in his boat and to realise that there is already this organisation all in a boat, all in the same boat.
In the same boat. Yep.
Yeah, and it's not obviously what you're doing is more remote, and it's building awareness of the fact that it's not just in your back garden. That everything we do is getting as far as the Arctic, as the Antarctic, that it's absolutely everywhere. So that's a really, really important message. But to be able to do something where we are at this moment in time on our home turf is super important too. So to come to Norway and to have made that connection, I'm really excited about that.
Yeah.
So
very nice. Yeah, we're collaborating with Rune, of course, and his company Ogri. Yep, they're doing a lot of good stuff and getting the plastic back into the recycling it. Yep.
Yeah,
we like it. And we're also gonna use talking with an artist. We're gonna use the plastic we found on Bear Island. We're gonna let some artists use it in school projects or in their own project with making art, because we found a lot of most of the rubbish on Bear Island is from fisheries. It's round buoys that mark the fishing, a lot of those, and they were crushed, so they were brushed up on the beach, which is full of stone, so they were like diamonds almost. They were grinded down, so really nice. So we're gonna use them as to give them to artists.
Did I see this on your Instagram where you were holding a jar maybe with some what looked like pellets of plastic? Yeah. I look forward to some conversations with you, Runya, a bit. We were talking about his interest in art as well, and something that a conversation will occur later. But I would be remiss to not mention the relationship of art to Selkie is not is long-standing, I should say. And the reason why I'm here, or I should say, like, this is a continuation, a ripple of something that Celia was part of many years ago, where she had artists in residence on her boat, one of which is a dear friend of mine. This was back in 2014. And this experience that he had led to him wanting to make sailing his own life. And so he put himself to it. His name's James Frederick, and his boat is SV Tritea. He's circumnavigating in New Zealand right now. But so in learning about, some personal things about me, James was like, let me put you in touch with Celia Bull, the person who first taught me how to sail. And so all these years later, I went to watch the sheep on her croft, and now Celia and I are like family, and this is a continuation of a transformative, collaborative time. And so there's something about Celia and something about Selkie that is, it's very special. And to be here isn't just about exploring something out there, but also what happens in here too. And so I just wanted to say that, and a shout out to James, who's very present here with us, even though we are here an all-woman crew and he's not here. It's a much warmer place.
Much warmer place. Yeah.
The trip that I did with James, I mean, we were going into schools. We were going into schools in Shetland, going around the beaches with them, picking up plastic. And we were making, birds and with the plastic, and we kept on Selkie. It was a right mess trying to fit all these birds in the bilge, and then we ended up on a tiny little island in the Orkneys called Papa Westray, where there is a little observatory on top of the high point of the island. And we, in collaboration with an artist, we hung all these birds that all the school kids had made, and some of which he had made. Of course, you couldn't tell the difference between what he had done and the children had done. But anyway, so they hung all these things up, and it was absolutely beautiful. There were hundreds of them. And then he took all that it was up for a few days, and then he took all that and took it back to Edinburgh and some gallery. I can't remember where it was, because I didn't sort of go into town or anything like that. But that was an exhibition that was up for quite a while. And again, it's that connection, trying to make young people aware, trying to reuse first, to reuse and to put the importance in art and being able to take that and create something beautiful that has a message, and that hopefully it's something they still remember, and not only something that the adults remember. So it's fantastic what you're doing. I'd be really interested, maybe in the chat, or maybe you can send a message of the name of your organisation and of Runa's, because not very good at sort of like associating the letters when you say a name.
No.
Pronunciation is a little bit different.
Yeah, so that would be really cool and really interesting to collaborate, if any way, or even if it's just to stay in touch from interest and stuff like that. But yeah, that would be amazing.
I'll definitely do that. Yes, excellent. We're closing in on 1 hour, so I think it's...
Wow. And it's snowing here. It's closing in here. Oh,
it's mostly been snowing all day. Oh, it's mostly been snowing all day.
Oh, it's just been amazing. Yeah, we've been out in it. Yeah. Had such a good adventure in the snow.
Yeah. Well, thank you for taking the time. And
thank you for inviting us.
No, my pleasure. And I'm going to be following you guys, and I'm going to put out the link in the text to the Instagram feed for you, the homepage, and the book. Anything else you want me to mark it?
Yeah, Runa's organisation as well. Was it all the organisations around that?
Yeah, I'll send you that. Yep.
Yeah. Anything else?
You happy?
Well, tell us when the podcast will go out. When's that going to happen?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna publish it next week, maybe Monday or Tuesday, but I'll send you heads up on Instagram.
That'd be great. Brilliant.
Definitely. And maybe we'll still be in the country, but that doesn't matter.
Let's see.
Maybe. Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay. Enjoy Florida. And,
thank you.
Yeah.
And okay, all right. Thank you very much.
Bye. Hi guys. Thanks for listening to this podcast. I hope you found it interesting. If you want to know more about high latitude sailing, I can highly recommend, without blushing, the book I wrote together with Bob Shepton, High Latitude Sailing, Self-Sufficient Sailing Techniques for Cold Waters and Winter Seasons. You'll find it on Amazon, on explorenorth.no. You can follow the link to buy a hard copy. And there's also a lot of other books there that you might find interesting. Other than that, keep on sailing, guys.